Hello guys, this is Oroth and a warm welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to wish you a very happy new year, and I hope that 2025 will bring you lots of nice loot and lots of good times in the game, and hopefully I will also be able to release a lot of exciting new and useful content for you. And on New Year's Eve we actually managed to reach 7,000 subscribers, and that means the world to me. So thank you for being here, and let's dive into today's topic. And today's topic will touch on one of the very powerful new features that arrived with the December update, and I'm talking about the enchantment feature. So what is the enchantment feature? This is a new service that is unlocked at the blacksmith. So if you talk to any blacksmith and then click services, you can see on the left side that we have many different options here. And one of them is now enchant. And what this does is that it allows us to re-roll magical attributes on our items. And to unlock this feature, you need to upgrade all of your normal legendary items to rank 30. So this is more of an endgame content, but it's for everyone. So if you haven't reached rank 30 on all of your gear yet, don't feel stressed, because this will happen eventually if you just keep playing the game. So don't feel stressed. So what does this feature do? Let us take a look. If I click on this ring, for example, we can see now that I have two magical attributes on it. I have damage done by my summons and movement speed. But if I want to perfect this item a little bit further, I want to replace movement speed, because I can maximize my movement speed by other means. And what I'm looking for here is skill cooldown. So let's try it out. If I click on enchant here, we can see now that I can pick one of these attributes to replace. And remember that when you use this feature, you can only re-roll one of the slots. So if I'm re-rolling now the movement speed, I will not be able to re-roll the damage done by my summons. But I want to keep damage done by my summons and re-roll the movement speed. And at first here, you can see that the cost at the enchant button here, and the first time will be a little bit cheaper, so let's try it out. And if I click OK here, we can see that I will be presented with two options. And I'm looking for cooldown reduction, so I'm just going to keep going. And after the first spin, you can see that it gets more expensive. So now it's double the price. So I try again. And let's hope for skill cooldown. Nothing yet. So now we can just keep re-rolling with the same price. And it's a good thing that we always get two options here. And I'm just going to continue, because I've been saving up a lot of gold and materials to do this. Okay, nothing yet. So let us fast forward a little bit and see how unlucky or lucky I can be. Okay, now I managed to receive 3%, and maximum here is 4%, but I'm actually going to be satisfied with this one, because I'm able to cap my cooldown reduction anyways. What's also very important to mention with this new feature is that if we look here on my shoulder, for example, we can see that I have re-rolled to critical hit damage increased by 6%. And previously, if you had 4% critical hit chance on an item, the maximum you could find is 4.5% on the critical hit damage. So now you can actually get that maximum roll if you just do some enchantments. And for us who likes to min-max the builds, this is of course very useful. Let me also tell you what I think that you should look for. For most builds, you should look for skill cooldown reduced on your necklace, on your gloves, and on your rings. And remember that the cap on skill cooldown reduction is 30%. So if you have anything above 30%, it will not give you anything. So just keep this in mind if you want to perfect your build so that you don't overdo it. What I also would look for is on your waist, on your feet, on your chest and on your pants, you always want to have beneficial effect duration, because beneficial effect duration will increase all beneficial effects, also those from legendary gems. So let's say that you have a rolling consequence, for example, which is a very strong 5-star gem. This beneficial effect duration will prolong that effect. So it's a great way to both increase your damage but also to increase your survivability, because you have a lot of defensive buffs as well, of course. If we look on some other rerolls that is very important, of course you want to have a critical hit chance on all of the items that can have those, and those are the helmet, the shoulders, the main hands, and the offhand. And usually when I use the enchantment feature, I only do it on an item that has everything I want except for maybe one of the attributes, so that I don't waste any resources. So if we take here, for example, we can see here on my main hand, I have re-rolled for damage done to enemies suffering loss of control, 10%. I've also done so here on my gloves. I have done so on almost all of my items. And this will increase my damage a lot, not only in PvE, but also in PvP. Because if we take this 10% and then we add the strife effect in PvP, which is a 66% reduction, I still gain 3.3% against enemies suffering loss of control. And this is actually higher than most other similar modifiers in PvP. So I really like this. And of course, everything here is a little bit optional, depending on which build you are going for. And if you want to min-max a lot, then you should look for rings with 2 magical attributes on them, and also here on the gloves. So yeah, we can take a look here. For example, if we go here on the necklace, optimal here would be if I found a necklace with 2 magical attributes at least, and then I can have skill cooldown reduced on one of the attributes, and then I would probably go for damage done by my summons on the other attribute. But as I said, the most all around here is the skill cooldown reduction. I want you to realize how powerful this mechanic is, because if we just look at the damage done to enemies suffering loss of control, I have 10% here on my gloves, I have 10% on both of my main hands, and I have 7.5% on one of the offhands here. But potentially I could reroll so that I have 50% extra damage to enemies suffering loss of control. And if you're doing challenge dungeons, for example, this will help you a lot to clean up all of the packs before attacking the boss. But remember that this effect itself does not affect any boss, so yeah, just keep that in mind. But just to illustrate how powerful this mechanic is, I want to showcase to you a dummy run I did with my Crusader. And way back I released a video where I managed to deal 1.3 billion damage. And let this be a little bit of a teaser for you, because you will be quite amazed by my new dummy record. So I hope that you found this video useful, but as I said in the beginning, this is end game content, and if you want to min-max. And every little detail counts when it comes to your output in different types of content. So this feature is very, very strong and also very free to play friendly, because it doesn't matter if you're a whale or not, it will cost the same. And before we say goodbye, I want to wish you a very nice day or a very nice evening wherever you are. And to all of my clan members in Nyx, I would like to say Voruk Nyx, Sholak Sol, and let us take a look at the dummy run.